In a historical agreement, Israel and United Arab Emirates moved to establish formal diplomatic ties after Israel agreed to suspend a plan to annex parts of the occupied West Bank in a dramatic US-backed shift that signaled Israel's warming ties with Gulf Arab states. The historic diplomatic breakthrough will advance peace in the Middle East region, said a joint statement from Israel, the United States, and the United Arab Emirates that praised the courage of the United Arab Emirates and Israel to chart a new path that will unlock the great potential in the new partnership. The agreement will include establishing embassies and exchanging ambassadors, investments into the Israeli economy, trade, direct flights between Tel Aviv and Abu Dhabi, and investment in Israeli efforts to develop a coronavirus vaccine, as first reported in the Jerusalem Post last month. Besides this, cooperation in matters of energy and water as well. An important element of the deal for the UAE is the expectation that its citizens would be able to visit the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called the deal full formal peace with one of the strongest countries in the world. Together we can bring a wonderful future. It is an incomparably exciting moment, Netanyahu said. I have the great privilege to make the third peace treaty between Israel and an Arab country, the UAE, he said. Nagaland Chief Minister and Leader of House Nephew Rio said altogether rupees 139 crore has been spent so far for both medical and non-medical interventions for COVID-19, of which the state government's share was about 112 crore, including rupees 3.35 crore spent approximately from the Chief Minister's Relief Fund. Making a statement on COVID at the 6th session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly, Rio said the Nagaland was a revenue deficit state and did not have enough resources. However, he said that had not stopped his government from doing whatever could be done for taking all possible steps to combat COVID-19 to keep the people safe. He claimed that the government had spent more than rupees 62 crore, and out of this, the assistance received from the Government of India and other sources was about rupees 10 crore. He added that the remaining 52 crore was spent by the state from its own resources. Further, the Chief Minister said rupees 74 crore was spent on non-medical interventions like relief to stranded people, distribution of food and dry rations to migrants, preparation of quarantine centers, and transport arrangement activities, of which the central assistance was only about 14 crore. Approving the gradual reopening of shops under Dimapur district as recommended by subcommittee headed by Dimapur Municipal Council Administrator Albert Izong, the District Task Force Dimapur has agreed to follow opening of all categories of shops from August 17th. According to report, District Task Force members at an emergency meeting convened by Deputy Commissioner of Dimapur Rajesh Soundarajan on August 13th decided to close all shops every Wednesday. Dimapur Municipal Council Administrator told the members that the subcommittee, after thorough deliberations, considered the suggestion from various quarters and drew a plan so as to avoid overcrowding in the markets. At the meeting, CMO Dimapur, Dr. Meraninla Senlem, emphasized on the need for sensitizing the village bodies on the issue of keeping asymptomatic COVID cases at home so that COVID care centers could be reserved for serious COVID cases. Assam police recovered a huge cache of arms, ammunition and explosives in a search operation in Udalguri district of Assam, said Muna Prasad Gupta, Commissioner of Police in Guwahati. Gupta said acting on a basis of a tip-off, police had conducted a search operation which led to the recovery of the weapons. On the basis of a secret tip, police conducted a search operation in different parts of the Udalguri. The recovery includes AK-47 rifles, AK-56 rifles, M16 rifles, 9mm pistols, air gun, magazines, high-explosive bombs, grenades, ammunition and around 20 kilograms of explosive materials, he said. Sources in Assam police said that the huge recovery of arms and ammunition assumes significance as 6 banned rebel groups of the Northeast have already called for boycott of the 74th Independence Day celebrations, which is to be held on Saturday. With positive cases rising all across the nation, the COVID-19 status of northeastern states are: Arunachal's tally stands at 2,512 positive, 790 active, 1,718 recovered, and 4 deaths. Assam's tally has gone up to 71,796 positive, 22,240 active, 49,384 recovered, and 169 deaths. Meghalaya's tally stands at 1,193 positive, 640 active, 547 recovered, and 6 deaths. Manipur's tally stands at 4,112 positive, 1,804 active, 2,295 recovered, and 13 deaths. Mizoram's tally stands at 657 positive, 314 active, 343 recovered. Nagaland's tally stands at 3,322 positive, 2,169 active, 1,139 recovered, and 7 deaths. Tripura's tally stands at 6,782 positive, 1,703 active, 5,015 recovered, and 46 deaths. Sikkim's tally stands at 932 positive, 350 active, 581 recovered, and 1 death. Total number of COVID-19 cases in the Northeast stands at 91,306 positive, 30,010 active, 61,022 who have recovered, and 246 deaths as of August 14, 2020. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for all the latest news that matters and stories that inspire.